Cause we're the last of the living. Yeah, the last of the living.
It's the night of the demons.
It's the night of the demons. The night of the demons.
What a couple of movies we watched. And I downloaded 2 and 3 like I was going to watch them, but then it just never happened. I wonder why. But
because you don't want to watch good movies, perhaps?
I think it's that. I think I can only watch bad movies now. I think it's something that's I've finally come to terms with.
Yeah.
But welcome to the Screen Weens podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Thomas. There's another one of your hosts, London. Yep. And tonight we are covering Night of the Demons. But yeah, they're a couple movies. But before we get into that, we're going to do our typical shtick. And I didn't say the episode number, which I think is 143. I might have jumped there. We might be less than that.
This is 142.
142. So close.
Yeah, we took last week off because it's just one of those, we're busy.
Yeah.
We got jobs, we got lives. Thomas is just drowning in pussy and cock every day.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah, so what have you been up to?
That's a great question. So 2 big things came out. Mm-hmm. Obi-Wan, first 2 episodes dropped.
Oh, really?
Yeah. People are a lot harsher on it than I thought they were going to be. Mm-hmm. I was like, people are going to love this just like they love Mando. And a lot of people don't. And I don't get it. I get Boba Fett. I get people that don't like Mando. Like Mando, I really like a lot. But this Obi-Wan show, first 2 episodes, I'm like, this is great!
Yeah.
I was having a blast. There's a couple directing choices I wasn't a fan of and a couple edits that are a little goofy. But overall, I thought it was a fantastic start. However, I think it might just have to do with, directed by a woman. Also, a lot of the central characters in the show are women or young girls. So it's just
yeah.
And if people just think it's bad, that's fine. People think it's bad because there's a lot of women in it. That's cringe.
God, they're trying to diversify Star Wars? What?
So yeah.
Yeah.
There's that. Stranger Things 4.
I saw that
the first 7 episodes are out. And then there's going to be 2 more July 1st. We watched the first 5 episodes in one day, and then we watched the last 2 yesterday. They are so long. Have you seen any of Stranger Things? I can't remember.
Yeah, I've seen the first 2 seasons. Really liked the first season. I thought the second season had its moments, but overall was not into it. And then
that's fair. I remember really enjoying the second season. I think if I revisited it, I'd probably feel largely the same way that you just said, though. I think season 3 is really bad. Season 4 is worse. It's just unfortunately a show of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
The thing is, so there are 3 main storylines going on in season 4. One of them is really good, actually. It feels like classic Stranger Things. It feels really good. All the characters involved are fun, and they're also mostly characters that weren't able to do stuff originally. So it's really fun. There's one introduced character named Eddie that I actually really enjoy. I think he's pretty great. But then the other 2 storylines, one is excruciatingly bad and takes up so much of the runtime. And the other one is the one that focuses on Eleven and what she's up to, I think is actually pretty bad, which is unfortunate because she's the main character.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just and each episode is an hour and 20 minutes. It's significantly, because originally they were 45 minutes, 50 minutes. But these are an hour and 20 minutes. The last episode was an hour and 40 minutes. The final 2 episodes, so episode 8 will be an hour and 30 minutes. Episode 9 will be 2.5 hours.
Damn.
So I think there are a couple things that maybe could make it like more enjoyable in the last 2 episodes, but I don't think it's going to be good.
Wait, so they released 5 episodes?
They released 7 of the 9 episodes.
Oh. That's a weird ratio.
Yeah.
That's kind of strange.
I would kind of get it if like they were all like 30 or 40 minute episodes, and then the final 2 are like, oh, they're these big 2-hour longs, but they're all that long. Like they're not as long as the 2.5 hour one, but they're all long. So like, what the fuck? And the like twist at the end, it's not worth it. It's not like, oh, I can't wait for the final 2. I'm like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah. I might one day get around to watching the other 2 seasons.
It's just like,
but I think if I ever go back and rewatch Stranger Things, I'll probably just stop after the first season.
Season 1's like incredible, and it's an incredible standalone. And season 2, I think, has some bad moments, but like the stuff with Will, I think is fucking amazing overall.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's really, really good.
It really feels authentic to like typical 80s sequels to like horror properties, because it's like it's not as good as the first one, but it's definitely got some fun and good ideas sprinkled throughout. And that
I think season 3 I just think has like no good ideas.
Yeah.
And season 4 I think is more annoying because it has some good ideas, but it's just buried in garbage.
Yeah, honestly, it sounds pretty accurate to the movie sequel experience back in the day.
So maybe because season 5 I think is going to be the last one, which I thought it was season 4.
What? Yeah, I thought this was.
And I guess not.
That makes that entire ratio even weird.
Yeah. And especially watching it, I'm like, oh god, this is not the last one.
Ugh. No. They're going to be like 30-year-olds before we know it. And it's just
literally like they're all like that. I'm like, they're freshmen in high school. I'm like, those are adults.
Yeah.
I'm like, why didn't you just do a time skip of 3 years or something? Yeah. Like, they're seniors because that's about the age they are. Like, these are not 14-year-olds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn.
But let's see. I watched some other. Oh, so we watched RRR, which is the movie by S.S. Rajamouli, I think his name is, the guy who did Bahubali. That was his new movie that I had talked about that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
But we watched it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like actually fucking incredible. It's like so much better than the Bahubali movies. Like even, and that's coming from somebody that really liked the second one.
Yeah.
But it's like actually pretty fucking amazing. Like I loved it. It's like 3 hours long, but it's so much fun the entire time. If you have time, you should watch it. It's on Netflix. Only the Hindi dub's on there now, so you might want to wait until like the original language is on there. But it's so good. It's like so good, and it looks fantastic too. Like all the effects work for the most part looks really, really good. It's like a big step up too.
Okay.
And it's more like the two leads, or it's kind of like a bromance kind of relationship, and it's very fun to watch. It's that movie's so good. We watched it, and then the next day, me and he and Tay almost watched it again. We were like, dude, what? And it's like, oh, it's 3 hours, but it was close. We almost.
Yeah. Huh.
Let's see. I watched some other stuff too. Not a ton, but let's see. It's been 2 weeks. Let's see. Last movie I watched. I don't think I've seen it yet. We watched Hell House LLC, which is a found footage horror film. Ass. Complete garbage. Thought it was real bad. And I had heard good things about it. And now I can't stop getting TikToks recommending it. I'm like, stop it! It's bad!
Yeah, just log on to the fucking Weens TikTok and be like, don't watch this movie. Everyone on here is telling you to watch it. Don't.
I watched the new Alex Garland movie, Men.
Oh, okay.
Which is a lot more divisive than I thought it was going to be as well. Like, even for Garland people.
Yeah, I had a friend go see it, and they said that they really liked it.
I also really liked it. He didn't say I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are saying that it's just Alex Garland going like, oh, I'm one of the good ones. I'm like, that's not what's happening, but it's whatever.
I'm sure it can be deeper read into than just that. If I can. But
I really enjoyed it. I don't think I liked it as much as Annihilation or Ex Machina, but I still really enjoyed it. We watched the new Chip and Dale movie, which was not bad.
I think I've heard otherwise, but I really don't care.
It wasn't. I didn't love it, but I thought it was fine enough. It's fun enough. It's by like the Lonely Island crew.
I see.
I tend to like their kind of stupid humor of a decent amount. There's a part where, and it's kind of just a vehicle to have like cameos and stuff, but some of it's kind of funny. Like one of the main villains is Seth Rogen, and he's just like this random guy. But at one point he gets like knocked down, and a bunch of people, they're at a convention, a bunch of people run up to him like, "Hey, you okay?" And it's all just Seth Rogen characters. It's just a bunch of, "Hey man, you okay?" And they all just start laughing in the Seth Rogen laugh, and it's just overlapping. It's pretty stupid.
Oh, God. Huh. That does sound pretty funny.
There's some very funny moments in that movie. It's fun enough. J.K. Simmons is like a police officer in that. He's pretty funny in that role. I watched Whisper of the Heart for the first time because I hadn't seen it. It's a Ghibli movie. It's fun. It's delightful. It's very nice to watch. Very peaceful. Okay, it's one of the low stakes ones. It's just kind of like it reminds me of like From Up on Poppy Hill. So kind of one of those stories.
Yeah.
I watched an animated Superman movie. Sucked.
Yeah, the Brainiac one, right?
Yeah. Which is one of the only ones I haven't seen. And I knew it was going to be bad, so I'm like, I'll just save it. And yeah, it was mostly just really boring. And then we watched The Taking of Deborah Logan.
I've seen like the last 20 minutes of that movie.
Oh, the worst 20 minutes of that movie, yeah. I don't think they're bad, but...
All I remember is the scene where they're like going around the corner and she's got the snake mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like that part. But aside from that, I don't remember anything else about it other than it's like she's got like Alzheimer's and her family decides to like, we're going to record her. And it's like, it doesn't seem like a normal thing to do.
Well, it's not her family. It's like they're a group of like psychology students or something like doing a study on it, and they need this, so they're paying the family, and the family like has no money, so they're like, I guess we'll do this.
I see.
I actually think that movie's really good. I wasn't expecting to. I'm like, we're gonna watch another shitty found footage horror movie, but I'm like, that movie I think is really good. I think mostly because I really, really like the like daughter of the woman with Alzheimer's. I think she's a great character because she's like dealing with these supernatural elements and also watching her like she's just watching her mother like lose herself. It's pretty good. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that movie, I think the final scene, like it's like a switch and bait, you know, it's fucking stupid. Other than that, I think that movie's really good. And the movie knows the number one rule in horror. The scariest thing is a naked old woman.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the dark and then kind of walking towards you.
I mean, honestly, I think I'd be more afraid if it was a naked old man, but naked old people in general.
Especially if they're skinnier, because I'm like, oh, your bones are protruding!
Yeah. This is like, uh-oh.
And then last thing I watched is I rewatched Dodgeball the other day.
How did that hold up?
I think that movie, when it's not being incredibly offensive, it's pretty fucking funny. I think, like, now that I'm an adult, I think I prefer Blades of Glory because Blades of Glory is mostly just that stupid humor I like. And it's actually not that offensive for the most part, while Dodgeball definitely dips down into that more often. But Dodgeball, I think, is still pretty funny. Like, Alan Tudyk just plays up guy named Steve the Pirate.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things in the movie is he leaves the team later because the main character is like, you're not a pirate. And they're like, where's Steve the Pirate? And one of the teammates is just like, who's Steve the Pirate? And he's just like, there's a pirate on our team. And then Alan Tudyk shows up at the very end, all shaven, and like, he's like, hey, Peter. And he's like, look, it's Steve the Pirate. Oh. And that's the kind of stupid humor I like. Yeah, so it was enjoyable enough. Yeah, I think that's all I've done. Then, played some video games. Been playing Knights of the Old Republic 2. Oh. Then I also started playing the Old Republic MMO because I wanted to play something with, like, Pierre. And, that's actually pretty decent so far. And other Star Wars news, I guess we'll talk about it real quick because it's been Star Wars Celebration this weekend.
I saw that they released a trailer for the next
Jedi game, Jedi Survivor, which I'm not a fan of the name.
I was like, is this like one of those like weird, like not sequels, but kind of sequels?
It's a sequel, but it's just doing, which like I get because it's following the same naming conventions of the old Jedi games. So there was Jedi Outcast, Jedi like Dark Forces, like it's Jedi Academy. I get what they're doing, but I think Survivor is just not a very good title. I kind of wish they'd finished, like, continued the naming convention of Fallen, like Jedi Fallen, something like Fallen Survivor or something like that. I think just singular Survivor, it's just, I don't know what it is. I'm not a fan. But it looks good. And I really like Fallen Order. Otherwise, though, we're getting the Andor show is pretty soon. It's dropping August 31st. Tales of the Jedi is an animated, like, anthology show, which is going to take place during the prequels or around that era, focusing on different Jedi and the...
nice.
That. We're getting... 3 of the episodes are going to be about Ahsoka, which I know some people don't like, but I'm like, oh, yeah! It's, like, more of, like, Ahsoka's parents and stuff, but we're getting, like, young Qui-Gon. Oh, and Qui-Gon, like, old Qui-Gon is going to be voiced by Liam Neeson again, but his younger self is going to be voiced by his son, which I think is pretty cool. Oh. I think we're getting an episode on young Mace Windu as well. And young Dooku.
When are we getting...
Or younger Dooku.
I can't think of his name, but he's, like, the kind of bug-looking guy, like... Almost looks like he's wearing like a fucking like Cronenberg helmet or some shit.
With like the Plo Koon?
Yes, yeah. Plo Koon.
Plo Koon, I would... I guess we're going to go into spoilers real quick for Mandalorian real quick. You haven't seen any of it, right? Do you know what happens at the end of season 2?
No.
Okay. Do you care?
Not particularly.
Luke shows up.
Oh, yeah, I did know that.
Originally, they wanted it to be a secret that it was going to be Luke, so they had it beat Plo Koon. And I think that's a much better idea. Yeah. Like, Luke's kind of fun, but that would have been so sick if Plo Koon showed up. I would have actually lost it. I would have been like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, he's cool from the bits I've seen of him in Clone Wars.
Ki-Adi-Mundi's like a dick to the clones, but Plo Koon's always just like, they're literally in that one episode that's, I think... People like to skip around season 1, but that's like a quintessential episode for me when they're in space and the clones are just like, we're expendable, sir. And he's just, not to me. And I'm like,
yeah.
Plo Koon's always been like one of my favorites. So I hope we get to see some of him. And then Visions, the like animated anthology thing, that's getting a second season next year. And then an Ahsoka trailer dropped there. It hasn't officially come out, and I don't really want to watch the leak just because I saw the quality and I'm like, eh. But I know it showed at least the back of like live action Hera. So we're getting live action Hera and Sabine for sure, and most likely Ezra, and that means most likely Thrawn. So I'm about to lose it.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Man. I make fun of MCU fans, and then Star Wars stuff hits. I'm like, yeah! Yeah. But people can make fun of me all they want. I get it. I feel like I am cringy, but that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if One Piece had, like, an expanded universe like that.
The Chopper show's dropping?
Yeah, that would probably be the one.
That would be the thing that came out first, too, most likely.
But if they were like, we're going to do, like, a Mont Blanc Nolan show or a fucking, like, an Odin show, I'd be like, oh! Like, but...
Here's an animated anthology about all the 7 warlords.
It's like... Shit.
That would actually be sick.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
There is so much in One Piece that could be expanded upon, by other creators that I think would work.
Yeah, I hope that, like, once the cat's out of the bag with, like, what the fucking, like, overall mystery is and the series wraps up, that there's just, like, shit tons of side mangas and light novels. I don't care if it's, like, selling the property. There's one property that's expansive enough to do it. It's fucking One Piece, and I want it. And
that's why it's the same thing. That's why I'm so fine with Star Wars, because it's just a universe. Like, it's infinitely expandable. People keep, I've seen a couple tweets recently being like, oh, too many Jedi are, like, alive after the Order. And I'm like, I think you have to, like, put it into perspective that there was, like, 10,000 Jedi Knights or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, 10 being alive is, I don't think that makes it be like, oh, almost none survive. That's still almost none of them.
Yeah. No, I definitely get that. Fucking, because it's like, yeah, of course, if there's like a new property that they want to like easily sell people on, they're gonna like slap a Jedi in it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it makes sense that, you know, there would be some that survive. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
But, yeah. That's what I've been up to. That's Star Wars news. What have you been up to this week? Or last 2 weeks, I guess.
So, on mine and my roommate's One Piece rewatch, we finished Skypiea, and we got through the first part of Water 7, so now we're on the Puffing Tom Rocket Man train arc to get to Eni's lobby, which is super exciting. And aside from that, I watched the Night of the Demons movies, and then...
I'm so sorry.
I know. And then yesterday, I watched a few movies. We watched Fright Night, Little Shop.
The original Fright Night?
Yes. Little Shop, the director's cut, and fucking Princess Bride. So...
Just you and your roommate just chilling, hanging out, or?
No, I had my friend Kelsey over, and she watched it with us, so...
And how was that? I haven't seen Princess Bride in a long time.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I'm Princess Bride is one of those movies that, like, over the years I've become kind of, like, jaded on, like, along with, like, The Breakfast Club. I find it just, like...
And those movies, I don't want to be a hater on, because I remember really liking them so much. I just kind of like them, like, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, they're good movies, but, like, I don't know, through pop culture and just, like, people in my life, it's, like, they're overly referenced, so it was just, like, I just kind of built up, like, when I watch them now, I don't get things out of them necessarily, aside from just like, yeah, I'm watching this again. So it's like, I don't know. But Princess Bride is fine. I hadn't watched that one in a really long time. It didn't like fucking like break through to my core or anything. I didn't feel like I was watching the film for the first time again. Mm-hmm. But it was decent. I still enjoy it a fair amount. I think realistically the movie's like a 7 out of 10, but just due to like me, I would give it probably like a 6 out of 10. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much all I did. That, and I've been playing a little bit of Red Dead 2.
I wanted some actual light in, but now the sun is just blaring into my fucking face.
I see. Time to pull the yellow curtains as we discuss a spooky movie. Not really a spooky movie, but...
Spooky how bad it is,
oh shit. Yes. That's... Oh, it looked like for a second that was still gonna be in your face. I was like, uh-oh. But yeah. So that's pretty much what I did this week.
Oh, have you been continuing the new Star Trek?
No, I watched the first episode, and I think I'm going to let it build up a little bit. probably just watched like, I don't know, like maybe 4 or 5 at a time. And
because you're the only person I've talked to that hasn't like been really on board with it, so I wanted to know your thoughts on the.
This week I might rewatch the first episode and watch through the couple more that have come out since and see if it was just like a bad first episode for me. And even then, I'm going into it open-minded. A lot of Star Trek series start off not very great and find their footing later on. And yeah, I don't know. I find I'm just worried that it's going to fall into a lot of the same, not necessarily writing traps necessarily, because like it's not going to be like a serialized story like Discovery was, but I feel like a lot of like just the small issues might carry over. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. But yeah, no. In terms of charm, it's doing a much better job.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll probably watch that soon too. We have like 3 episodes left of Halo. People hate that show.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. Not really into the property one way or the other.
That's fair. Okay, let's talk about some movies, and then Thomas can give us a deep dive for probably some more. I think it'll be bad.
It's gonna be badass.
We're gonna be watching Uwe Boll round 2. Oof. Just kidding, not doing that. That guy's a dick.
I mean, yeah,
he's been doing some bad stuff lately. He came back to do a movie last year.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and it was about like a massacre, and the family were like, "Please do not make this." And he made it anyway. I'm like, and that's like it's like the 4th movie. He made an Auschwitz movie. Yeah. He did
that school shooting movie.
Rampage. Yeah, there were 3 Rampage movies he made too.
Wait.
He didn't do the school. He did the mass shooting. We watched we watched the Denis Villeneuve movie, which that was about the school shooting.
I feel really bad that I just swapped Denis Villeneuve and fucking Uwe Boll.
Imagine Uwe Boll's Dune.
The sad thing is I kind of can. They would just
Blade Runner 2049.
It would just be a bunch of high-budget actors in a very shitty quality digital camera out in a normal desert.
In the desert.
It would be like a big CGI worm, maybe.
Somebody dies in real life from just being in the desert.
Just Paul, like, inhales spice like cocaine and his eyes turn blue and he just pulls out the double pistols and starts firing. But yeah, Uwe Boll. Not going to be our deep dive. Okay. Anyway, Night of the Demons from 1984?
I think so. We took a break for a week.
Yeah.
And
we both watched this.
To say that these movies did not have a lasting impression on me is probably putting it lightly. I feel like 5 seconds after a scene ended, I would just forget what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Especially with the remake.
Yeah, the remake is a whole fucking different can of worms, but we'll get to the remake.
But original, they're having a party.
Yeah, at this. So basically, a bunch of teenagers are on their way to this kind of local haunted house known as Whole House. Where basically, like, I don't know, in the early fucking 20th century, like, a maid went nuts and, like, killed everyone in there. That might even be the lore from the fucking remake. I don't remember. I don't think they dive. So. I don't think they dive super deep into, like, besides, like, it's a witch house. But, like, yeah, it's like a local spooky house that the high school creepy girl, Angela, is hosting a party at, and a bunch of, like, people show up. You know, a wide array of 80s movie cliches, like the jocks. You got, like, the big fucking quirky guy who's like a literal fucking pig. He wears, like, a pig snout, and he's just kind of a gross person. He just yells at his... I don't know if that's his girlfriend, but she hangs around him. But he yells at her all the time. And yeah. So basically, a bunch of people go party at this witch house. They hold a fucking seance and then accidentally summon a demon, which possesses one of them, and then, yeah, basically just, like, starts slowly possessing them one by one, kind of like Evil Dead-ish style. Because this movie, you can tell, was just like, wow, the Evil Dead was really good. I don't know if it's, like, ripping off more so Evil Dead or Demons. Based off of the makeup appearance alone, I want to say Demons. But, like, in terms of, like, what
1988, by the way.
1988. Oh, wow, that's a lot later than I thought. But, yeah, in terms of, like, the functionality, it feels a little bit more like Evil Dead. But, yeah, basically, I don't know, people die one by one, get possessed by demons. I guess we can talk about some of the iconic scenes.
Oh, yeah.
There's a scene where Angela dances and, like, the radio. I kind of like that scene. I think it's got, like...
Well, she's doing a little dance. Did you know that actress is a pet psychic?
In real life?
Yep.
I did not.
She's a pet psychic. Or a pet... I think she says she's a pet communicator.
I see.
But I'm pretty sure she psychically talks to pets. Yeah, so she didn't do a lot of acting work. She was in a couple things. She was in all of the Night of the Demons.
Not the remake, though, which is surprising because they got cameos from a couple of the cast members.
Well, she's like, you're never going to hit as good as Night of the Demons 3.
Which I can't comment because I never even tried that one.
It's probably really good.
I heard it's the worst one, and 2 was pretty bad. I didn't even finish 2. So.
I don't think this one's very good either.
No, it's... Yeah.
But yeah, the dance scene. She dances around.
Dance scene. A lot of people would probably call the lipstick scene memorable, because there's this one girl who's like putting fucking lipstick and she's like drawing it on her face like a heart.
Do you like my lipstick?
A swirl on her tit, and then she like just pushes the fucking
puts
lipstick.
Puts it in her boob pussy.
Yeah. And then a guy's like, what the fuck? And then she kills him. Great stuff. Quality content.
Yep. Quality. That's what I would call it.
I will say, if there's one thing I really like about this movie, I think the character's name is Roger. He's the black guy dressed as a pirate. Because he's like right at the beginning when shit starts getting spooky. He's like, well, I'm fucking out of here. And he genuinely tries. He looks for the exit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out. And just immediately, he's like, no.
The exit's completely gone. And so he's like, all right, I'm going to sleep in a car. And he sleeps in a car, and then a corpse falls on it. He's like, all right, well, fuck. And then he just spends the rest of the movie running for his life. And there's a point towards the end of the film where, like, they're surrounded by demons, and he just says, fuck it. You ain't going to get me. And he just jumps through a fucking window. And then then him and the main character, like, climb up over a fence with, like, barbed wire while the demons are, like, clawing at her leg. He almost leaves her, but then he's like, shit, I gotta go save her. And he comes back up and heroically grabs her hand and pulls her over. And then, then the sun rises, the demons die. And
he does survive, right?
Yeah. Okay. They both survive. Okay.
Well, I don't fucking give a shit about Judy.
She's
fine. Like, she's better than the other characters.
Yeah, she's literally just a bread sandwich, though. Yeah. It's like...
But Roger has, like, personality. And pretty much every idea in it is like, this is a good idea you have. This is refreshing. Mm-hmm. The demons won't let it happen, but, you're doing what a reasonable person would do.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of what, like... sleeping in the coffin, having sex in the coffin.
Yeah.
That was classic.
Yeah.
Classic having sex in the coffin.
I forgot about that part entirely. And
why?
Pig guy comes and just snaps their necks and shuts.
And then I'm like, how does the demon possession work? Do they just have to be dead? I guess.
At first it seemed like a sexual contact kind of thing, like an ST demon, but then it gets to the point where it's like...
those people just died.
Yeah, then people who just died are back to life. So it's like, all right, it just apparently needs a vacant shell to occupy. But yeah, they make it, and then we get one last shot of the weird fucking, like... It reminds me of, like, literally... You know that one Muppet? That, like, gray Muppet that's, like, kind of looks like a dragon? I don't know the character.
Is it the one from that's one of the main like villains in the 2011 remake?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he is a dragon, but yes.
Yeah, let me look him up. Yeah, Uncle Deadly is that Muppet's name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has an evil sounding name too.
Like, the demon from Night of the Demons, when they show it, literally looks like this guy. Is it showing up well?
Yeah, go a little closer. That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
It's just like, yeah. Because, like, it's like that guy, but just Peach. Night of the Demons demon. And... of course, it's just going to show me fucking Angela. Oh, well, it looked exactly like Uncle Deadly. But yeah, so... That's Night of the Demons. I think that this movie is just extremely generic. Not a whole lot happens. I think the concept could have worked for a more entertaining film. Like, there are films, obviously, in this genre, like Demons, or hell, I even don't mind Demons 2 so much. Like, it's not great, but...
Yeah, I like Demons 1 and 2. I guess.
Yeah, but...
I like them more than this, so...
Oh, for sure.
It's just like... Those movies, I maybe don't have very memorable characters, but they have some memorable, like, set pieces, and this is just like, it's an old house, and it doesn't really... The most memorable part is I'm like, this feels like a confusing layout.
Yeah.
Like, that's about it. I don't remember any, like, particularly interesting rooms or anything. It just,
No.
So you need something. I don't think the demons look particularly good. I don't think most of the kills are particularly interesting. Like, it's just like, I bite your face off. I'm like, oh!
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, do something funny. Do something, haha.
Yeah. You stick lipstick in my boob. Alright,
that's weird.
Fucking, that's something, okay. I guess.
Good for you. But I do think it at least has Roger. I think that I really latched on to him and I was like, take me on a ride, baby.
Yeah, he was the character I was definitely just like, the most thing that kept me grounded.
I thought Judy was okay at least in comparison.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe I just want to see women win.
Yeah, like, I mean, she's fine. She's just generic fucking final girl for this era. So it's like, there's literally nothing that makes her very interesting to watch. Just one of those, like, goody two-shoe girls that survives these movies typically.
I think maybe with a better presence of a villain it could have worked, but it doesn't really, like, I thought, like, Angela as the, like, main demon was gonna be, like, a bigger thing.
Yeah.
But, because I see her on all the covers for everything, but she doesn't really even have a character once she turns. Like, she has one scene, like, she has her dance, and that's about it, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like...
Yeah. And I honestly find it kind of a strange decision that they decided not to possess her first.
Yeah. And I'm like... Okay. I'm like, maybe this will be interesting. Maybe this will be like, she'll turn later on. But I'm like, no, it's like 3 seconds later. I'm like, so just kind of interestingly bad decisions. I don't think this movie's terrible, but I don't want to watch it ever again.
It's not the classic that some horror fans will tout it out to be. It's not a very fun movie to watch. I couldn't latch on any of the characters and didn't think any of the kills were very good. And like I said, I don't think the setting or the music, like the music was pretty decent, I guess. Like it was fun enough, but yeah, no, I like the main theme quite a bit.
Yeah, actually, I like the main theme, but I feel like I kind of enjoyed the remake's music more because it was really bad. So it was at least kind of like, this is stupid. Yeah. While this one, outside of the main theme, just kind of felt like a generic, like, knockoff of, like, better, more iconic themes and soundtracks. And which is just like the whole movie, I guess.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. Yeah, Night of the Demons.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. You would give this movie like a 4.
I would. I think. I think you're at a 5.
Yeah.
Big fan of Night of the Demons. Let's see.
I get surface level entertainment because like the whole selling point of horror movies to a lot of people is just like, oh, we're gonna introduce you to like these really, really shitty fucking characters and then kill them. And
I think that's just not what I like.
That's typically not what I like either, but I can usually get at least a little something out of it, so it's like, whatever.
And it's like, I don't even think most of the characters in this were that shitty. I just thought they were, like, boring. Like, if you make me hate them and then kill them, like, hell yeah. Most of them were just like, you're annoying.
The only one that seemed to be, like, real shitty was, like...
Like, Judy's boyfriend or whatever, who was like, come on, I know you gave it up.
That guy. And the pig guy.
The pig guy was pretty rough.
Yeah, he was pretty alarming. A lot of red flags there.
Yeah.
But aside from that,
Roger was cool.
Sal had a rough exterior, but he seemed kind of like a sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
But he fucking died, so who knows? It's not like that fucking plotline ever got really fleshed out at all.
I don't fucking remember this movie. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is also I also did my thing where I watched the remake first because I thought, if I watch the remake first, maybe I'll like it a little more. Because I'm like, I'll give it a better chance.
Well, I saw the remake first when I was a kid, but I didn't watch it first this time around. I should have, because then I would have had something to look forward to.
Let's talk about the Night of the Demons. 2009, I think?
Yeah.
That's rough. This movie looks not 2009.
And it's got some celebs in it. It's got like Shannon Elizabeth, Edward Furlong, and I don't know that one actor's name. Oh, that's the original.
You're just naming things. You're just saying names.
I'm just saying names, bro.
Linnea Quigley.
Yeah.
She's the ballerina lady. She's in 204 films, according to Letterboxd, including Return of the Living Dead. That's a good movie.
Wait, hold on. She was on Return of the Living Dead? Did she play in that? It's one of my favorite movies. Did she play Trash? Is that...
She just played... Was she the ballerina? Was that the first lady that got possession in the original?
Yes.
Okay.
She plays Trash... Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. She plays... you remember Return of the Living Dead, right? I think we watched it over here.
Yeah.
She plays the one who, gets naked and dances up on the fucking cemetery.
That would make sense.
Yes. And I actually feel bad for her because I've heard like a behind the scenes story about Return of the Living Dead and that. And basically they were like, oh, make sure that, she's got fucking pubic hair. That way we can show it on camera. And then a producer was there and he's like, no, shave it. Like that. You can't have that. We can't put that on TV. And then they shaved it and he's like, oh my God, that's even worse. So then they had to make a fucking weird Barbie kind of cover where she just had nothing, and that's what they use in the movie, and it's really fucking strange, and it's really sad to hear that. The producer was real shitty, but yeah, apparently, I mean, between what I've seen of her 2 Night of the Demons roles and Return of the Living Dead, apparently that's just kind of her gimmick, I guess.
She's in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. I don't remember who she plays in that. Yeah, that movie's real bad.
Yeah, I try to block. I know overall what that one is, but I don't remember who she would have fucking played.
Question, is it this one or the last one that has the old man with the razor blade apples and the apple pie?
That's the original. That's how the original movie ends.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's okay.
Why?
Going back to the original. Yeah, there's a part in the beginning where you see an old man who's like, oh, I fucking hate apples.
They're gonna get us.
Yeah, and he holds up an apple and a pack of razor blades. And then at the end, his wife's like, I made you apple pie out of all those apples. And He's like, "Ugh," and chokes up
like,
blood.
Why?
Yeah, and that's how the movie ends. And it's
what the fuck?
That had
nothing to do
with anything going on. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just like one of those things, I guess. But, yeah, fucking... Night of the Demons, 2009. It's the same shit. Instead of being like a small high school party, it's more of like, I guess, like an adult party.
Oh, Rager.
Yeah, Rager, where a bunch of people show up and then the cops show up. Scares everybody away. It's like a plot with Edward Furlong where he's like a drug dealer who owes his like hookup guy money. So he's like, gotta sell so much dope by the end of the night or else he's gonna get whacked. And yeah, Edward Furlong, it didn't seem like a high point of his career.
Yeah.
And this is around the time he was also in, like a couple years later, he was in like The Green Hornet, where he also played like a druggie. So it's like,
The Green Hornet.
The Green Hornet.
That movie's really good.
It's something. But yeah, so this is it's the same shit. There's like
it's the same movie.
Corpses down in the basement. They incorporate some more lore, and there's the whole...
But it's bad lore.
Yeah, there's a fucking gimmick in this movie where they're like, we'll hide in a room where the old Spanish maid who used to work here had written a bunch of like cryptic...
then why did she kill herself? If she could have just stayed in that room to survive.
I don't
Why is there a safe... What... Also, it shows that the demons can, like, just wash away the stuff. I'm like, why would they have not done this earlier?
I guess for dramatic effect.
Like, most of the decisions that weren't just in the original movie that, like, the creatives made for this movie just don't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. No, it's just like, okay, whatever. Yeah, no, I don't even... Yeah, so it's... Shit happens, you know, Angela gets bit by a corpse, and that's what starts off the whole demonic possession instead of a seance, and then, yeah, then she just, this one, I think, sticks with the whole, like, sexual transmittedness of it, if I recall correctly. But yeah, fucking, yeah. Just shit happens. They all die one by one. Apparently the main character and Edward Furlong had like a relationship together that didn't work out or something. And they bring it up very weirdly, like halfway throughout the movie. And it's never really relevant. You don't ever feel like they're going to get back together. So it's like, what's the fucking point? This is just one of those fucking forced romance things for no reason. But yeah. Everybody dies except for the main character who tricks everyone by like pretending to hang herself, but she actually had a fucking rope around her waist.
I'm like, why? You just had to survive like 10 more seconds before everyone just... I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. And then she just walks away. She goes, stupid fuck demons. And then it's like...
And the guys show up to get the rental equipment back, and they're like... A big party, huh? I'm like, yeah, it's a mess in there, some shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, what else do you say about this remake?
I think there were a couple times I chuckled at how stupid some of the dialogue was, but I don't remember what it was.
There's a point where Shannon Elizabeth's character, I guess Angela, is like, finds the corpses in the basement and runs up really excited. It's like, there are dead bodies downstairs. I kind of like that part.
Yeah. Edward Furlong's character, I can't remember his name. I think it was like Colin or some shit.
Something.
Some of his reactions are kind of funny, if I remember correctly. And he's the one that pretty much survives to almost the end. Right?
Almost, yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I started laughing when he, like, fell down, like, broke his leg, just the way he was like, oh, my leg!
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm coming to get you. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? What are you doing? But it's just like, do the demons... I feel like I'm usually upset at, like, people get upset at, like, the lead characters for being stupid. why are the demons so fucking stupid in this movie? She goes down there and no one's down there. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
And they're all just all over the house. I'm like, do you not hear things going on? Do you not hear them fall down 5 stories screaming the whole time?
Apparently not.
I'm like, okay. Incredible soundproofing.
I guess so.
And also, I would think demons can just, like, sense these things.
Right? You think, like, even if their ears didn't work, they'd have some sort of, like, a spirit detector or something. But I guess not.
It jumps out of the bathtub in this one, right? The blood bathtub?
Yeah. Fucking...
They're like, oh, I better go poke around this blood bathtub. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I will say, it seems like they were trying. It just doesn't seem like it was very successful. Because, like, the director was trying to do, like, tributes to, like, other horror movies with, like, each of the demons. Like, one of them was, like a Fulci-inspired one. Yeah. Shit like that. But it was like...
And it seems like this director's, like, done a lot of stuff that's, like, he co-wrote the script for Mother of Tears for Dario Argento. And he wrote the script for Mortuary, the Tobe Hooper movie. So it seems like he's a big fan of, like, some of these classic directors. And it's like, sometimes...
Good eras? Question mark, eyebrow raise.
Well, he's probably a fan of their good eras and helped bring about their bad eras.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Mortuary's good.
I haven't seen Mortuary, but based on Tobe Hooper's track record.
Maybe we just haven't seen the good ones.
Maybe.
We saw Funhouse.
Yeah, I need to sit down and do a proper Tobe Hooper watch, because I've
been just always fucking talked about Funhouse.
Yeah, the Funhouse.
The Funhouse? You want to watch the Funhouse?
Fun fact for my director deep dive, we're just watching the Funhouse 5 times.
The 5th time is really the transcendent experience where you understand it.
Yes.
See, it's actually good.
But yeah, fucking... Yeah, I don't know. Night of the Demons remake fucking sucks. I would just... If you're out there and you're thinking about watching it, don't. Just don't. Unless you really fucking want to, in which case, don't. But I can't stop you. This film is worse than The Brown Bunny.
I mean, I like The Brown Bunny, so...
You would agree with that statement?
I would agree, yes.
Good.
I don't think it's the worst thing we've watched for this.
No.
Like I said, I think it's really bad. But there was like a handful of times I chuckled at least, and you know, some of the music was kind of like it fit the weird 2009 like amateur horror movie aesthetic well enough. And I guess the main character has a little more personality. Unfortunately, it just felt like right around this era, it was like, what if we make the lady the exact same, but she's a little more badass? I'm like, I would prefer just a personality for the character.
Yeah, no.
But I felt like that was like they were just doing that to a lot of characters around this time.
Yeah, it happened. That even happens in like the Night of the Living Dead remake too. Mm-hmm. As much as I like that remake, it's like I feel like they take it like a step too far. Yeah. And I don't mind that for a character. I'm like, you can have badass characters, that's fine. Absolutely. You can have badass female characters, that's fine. But I'm just like, it's not like people use that as an excuse to not like write a character. Just be like, just make her cool. I'm like, yeah, I would prefer stupid people. Yeah.
But yeah, not a very good one. Not a very good one. I think it's better than The Blob, but I don't know if it's as good as Beware the Blob. That's about what my ranking scale is.
I mean, it might be that I've just seen The Blob more, but I don't even remember what the fuck happens in Beware the Blob.
There's the scene with the car.
I don't remember.
It looks kind of cool the way the blob starts going over the car and everything slowly cascades into red.
I think I vaguely.
And then I think they turn on the air conditioner.
That's right.
And that's how they figure it out.
Oh my.
Actually, I don't even think they figure it out from that.
Yeah, oh my god.
Classic.
Holy shit. That's awful.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
You should watch that movie again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd give this one a 3? A 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would give this, I don't know, a 2? A 3?
A 3.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, why did I say that? A 2. I'm just making shit up. No, a 2.
Okay.
I was being possessed by the demons to try to give it a 10. A 10. A 10.
Yeah, if you had said a 10, I wouldn't have believed you. I'd be like, what?
No, a 2.
Can you imagine just shitting on a movie the whole fucking episode and then just being like, yeah, but despite its flaws, I still think this is a masterpiece. 10 out of 10.
I feel like I watch reviews sometimes that are like that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, I didn't really like it. 7 out of 10. I'm like, what the fuck are you on about?
Yeah, I see shit like that. So, I mean, sometimes I can maybe understand it, like, if, depending on, like, how they, like, use their rating system. Like, I'd say my rating system kind of operates almost like that, but I still take in my own, like, feelings towards it into account, which affects the score. But anyway, Night of the Demons.
Night of the Demons. Okay, Thomas, it is your deep dive. Also, just before we go, I forgot to say, Cannes been going on. New song King Ho by Koreeda.
Oh, okay.
Comes out soon. Apparently it's great. I'm so excited. And the new Park Chan-wook movie is apparently very good as well.
Nice.
Also, I saw a TikTok. I forgot to tell the story. I saw a TikTok about a guy, and he was like, oh, this is the best find I found at a garage sale. And it was an Ultimate Fallout 4, which is a comic book. It's the first appearance of Miles Morales. It's worth like $1,400 right now. And he said he got it for $2.50. And I fucking hate that. I hate when people do that. It's one thing if you're like, oh, you find this and it's a big business. It's their job to know this. Don't be scamming like old people out of their money. If he's trying to sell it for $2, you gotta tell, I just feel like, maybe just let him know. He'll still probably sell it to you. They're not gonna bother trying to sell a comic book. Just maybe buy it for $100 instead of $2. It just makes it really.
I can definitely see.
It's just
that kind of shit. It's just like, eh.
Like corporations you fucking over? Hell yeah. Random people? What the fuck?
Yeah.
This isn't a cool thing to tell about. Hey, remember when there was an old guy and I was like, I just got $1,400 off of you, sucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shit.
Anyway, I just had to go on that rant real quick. Okay, Thomas, what are we watching? Tom Cruise.
Who Wants Chicken Nuggets? We're going to be watching Lupin the Third, Part 2, Season 1, which consists of episodes 1 through 26.
How many episodes are there in total?
Like 140.
Let's do it! No.
Maybe if we had like a month. But a week is a little.
I just spent like 12 hours watching Stranger Things, or 9 hours. I could do anything.
I see. I have been blowing through One Piece. So, like, if I...
Who wants chicken nuggets?
Who wants chicken
I'm definitely watching the dub.
So am I.
Who wants chicken nuggets?
Yeah.
Alright, sweet. That's exciting. Okay, everyone. We'll see you next week for Lupin the... Yeah.
Yeah.